Hi everyone, I'm Danielle Lechuga. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this cute Team Umizoomi umicar with the character Milli inside. And I start off with my orange fondant and I'm just going to make it into an egg shape. And I added some CMC powder to this. This helps it to dry faster and it dries harder, and it just makes the fondant a little bit easier to work with. So I just rounded it into an oval shape, kind of sloped in the front, and I used my rolling pin to create an indentation in the center. And now I'm cutting out the seats, and it's kind of like a light yellow color, and I'm just making some indentations, and then you can just place it right into the little hole that you created, and then just cut off the excess with your X-Acto knife. Set that to the side, and now we're rolling a large snake, and you need to make sure that this is long enough to go all the way around the car. So also not too thick, just take your time, and you can get it the same thickness. It is a little difficult, takes some practice sometimes, but overall I think it was pretty straight. So I added some water, and I'm just making little bumps where the tires will go, and so that part is raised up. And now I'm going to add a trim around the edge of where the seat is at, and so I'm going to go ahead and roll that a little thinner than I did for the bottom of the car, and I'm just using some water to attach it. And now I'm going to go ahead and roll out the eyes, and we're going to start off with the lighter color, the same color I used for the inside of the interior of the car. And for the middle of the eyes, I'm using brown, and I just used the back of a piping tip for that. And I use the back of a piping tip to make the eyebrows and the mouth as well. So cute. And so now I'm adding little drops of water because I'm adding little white circles in the, I guess it's called the gleam in the eyes. And now for the tires, it's going to be a very bright yellow. And to make sure that I did that very uniformly, so the tires are all the same size, I rolled out my fondant and I used a cutter to cut each tire out after rolling it in even thickness. So now I'm adding my tires, and I'm just going to take the back of a piping tip and make a little indentation. So now for the hair, I'm just using my strip cutter to get some perfect little lines and cutting the tips, because this is the part I want it to be a little pointy, so when I put it in on her head it stays and it fits in there. And then you just position those the way that you want, because I've added CMC powder to this. This will dry in about an hour. And so I position those, set them to the side. Now to start on the body. And I just rolled it into a little tear shape and set that aside, and a little ball for the head. And now for the face, I'm just using the back of a piping tip, and I rolled it out a little bit more just to make sure that it's big enough. So now I'm just going to roll out some red to make her little bangs that kind of poke out of the, I guess, I don't know if that's a mask or not a mask, a helmet that they wear. I'm not too sure, or maybe it's a bonnet. Leave a comment in the description box if you know. Yeah, so now I'm just adding the little trim around the face, and I'm using an edible marker to draw on the facial details, the eyebrows and the eyes, and just a little bit of red fondant mixed with some black, and I cut a little circle, and then I just cut like maybe about 30% of that to make the mouth, and added like a little circle for the mouth, the tongue. And so now I'm just cutting that down because I cut it a little bit too tall. And so now I just added in to the car using a toothpick and poke little holes so that I can stick her hair in. And quick tip, make sure that if you use any support such as toothpicks or popsicle sticks, that you let people know who will be using the topper. We don't want anybody to choke. And I know I say this all the time, but I'm just like super cautious about it, because it would just be terrible if somebody just bit into it without realizing that. So yeah, to make the hands, we're just going to start off with some little circles, and I like to make a little impression down the center. and you're going to cut out the fingers and then just kind of smooth them out at the ends. So now for the right hand, I just made it like a little ball, and then I impressed two lines to show where the fingers are at, kind of like her fist, her hands like kind of like in a fist position. Just a lot easier than making every little finger, plus a full hand is not going to fit right there. So yeah, I just add another toothpick to add the other arm and the hand that's waving. Isn't she cute? Now for the fun part, and we are painting the little flowers that she has on her bonnet and on her dress, and we're using white gel food coloring to do this. And I'm just using one of my favorite tools I like to use. It's perfect for making tiny little dots, and there's different sizes, and you just dip it into the paint and then just dot it on. Now for the hair, and we are finished. Isn't she cute? Thanks guys for watching. If you have any questions about this tutorial, leave a question in the comment box. Thanks for watching. Bye.